issues in this country, I still stand to the fact that it's a time thing. Nigeria is still not ripe for state police. Because I can give you a lot of examples. I don't know how places like Plateau will have been governed, or even take places where, or let me throw this question back to you, to say that, tell me one state in Nigeria where a political party is in power and there is a local government election and an opposition party won all the elections. Is there any state in Nigeria? That is the answer to it, some of these problems. So we need time. We were doing local government police before. There was any police before. There were different police in the south and in the west and in the north. But the amalgamation of 1914 brought all of them back together. For a singular reason, that Nigeria will continue to be one and remain as an one entity. What we need to do is to develop the habit of respecting the law of our land. The same people like you and I and others who travel out of this country just to England, you will see a passport officer, the man who is to stamp his passport, who could be a police constable or a corporal, and you are either a minister here or a governor or IG or whatever. When you go before, you say, "Good morning, sir," because you are afraid that if the man decides that you are not going to enter London, you will come back. But the same you come here, you see a constable, you see superintendent, you go to commissioner of police, you'll be banging table. "I will sack you, I will do this." I think we have a long way to go. Let us respect our laws. What is the next question?
Okay, the next question here is from Charles Aigwe rather, about how much support do you get from corporate Nigeria?
Well, we get support from Nigerians. Somebody like you who has come here to speak about it. There are a lot of support from individuals and corporate bodies, and I did mention some of them. And I do know that one of the greatest support we get is from our traditional rulers. Traditional rulers have been great supporters of the police in fighting crime. Because there are exceptions does not mean they are not doing it. At the same time, members of the press, both electronic and print media, they have been great supporters and fighters of crime in this country. And this is an opportunity equally to appreciate them. So, it's an ongoing thing. And that is why we are continuously trying to create awareness and giving education to members of the public for them to discharge their own civic responsibility. You have a responsibility when you see crime and criminality about to be committed. You make a report. Not because you have to wait for the crime to be committed. About to be committed. Because the most important thing is prevention of crime first. It's when you fail to prevent, then you go trying to detect who has committed the crime.
And so the
last one is about youth.
Youth, yes.
I'm happy. I know you're doing a good job. I'm happy you raised this issue. It is very germane and it's good. This is an opportunity to call all on Nigerian youth to be wary of people who use them for their selfish ends. For example, they are the ones used as political talks.
Sorry?
They are the ones used as kidnappers.
I can't ask all these people.
They are the ones used for armed robbery. And they get nothing out of it. And eventually, provided you are into crime, one day, you. So, this is an opportunity for all you Nigerian youth to note that crime does not pay. And we have developed a system with our commissioners of police to engage youth both in universities, in secondary schools, and even those who are not employed. We have a system of monitoring them. But unfortunately, the number of those who have nothing to do is creating problem. Because factors contributing to crime and criminality are poverty, unemployment, and at the same time, the widening gap between the haves and have-not that is widening more every day. These are issues that no matter how the police fight hard to reduce crime and criminality, you see, you believe that nothing is being done. But much is being done in terms of fighting crime and criminality.
Thank you very much. I think that the IGP deserves a round of applause. Sir, there are so many questions here, and I want to, as much as possible, make this an interactive session. In course of your response now, you mentioned traditional rulers, and we have a great number of them here. Two of them have questions, the Ovie of Owe and the Ovie of Ogara. And because they are traditional rulers, I'll take the microphone to them. So I'm sure they are willing to come up here so that the cameras can see them, the whole world can see them. And that is also very interesting. The Ovie of Uwe first, and also we have the Ovie of Ogara.
Your Excellency, I stand on the existing protocol. I have two questions for my dear IGP. The first one could be an advice to or contribution to the policing. The traditional rulers are the grassroots masters. We hear everything. If there's any traditional ruler who is not doing his job, it should be called to order. There is nothing that happens in any kingdom without the knowledge of the traditional ruler. Because we have a role to play to hold this nation together. It's unfortunate some of us try to shy away from some of our responsibilities. The country belongs to all of us, and we must make sure that whatever it takes to put it together and stand firm, we are ready to do it. But at the same time, traditional rulers should be taken into confidence. You have your area command all over the nation. The order should not only be at the headquarters. I say this, I'm not speaking on behalf of the area commands all over. Sometimes these people are handicapped. They don't have vehicle. I can tell you there's a division in Uya Kingdom today. We don't have vehicle. You call them at district call. No vehicle to perform their duties. I have to say this so that anytime you are